guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms, buddy. It's April. April already. Where's the time going? I don't understand. It is time for my March wrap-up. And you all know that March was my Why Have I Not Read These Books challenge and the March Mystery Madness hosted by Lizzie and Troy. So these books, most of these books, all go into those two categories. I attempted 12 books, and there was 2 DNFs and 2 that I read with my grandson that had no part in either one of these challenges or readathons. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the 2 books I read with my grandson, and that was 10 Little Monkeys by Jessica Potter Broderick. We both really enjoyed that story a lot. We rated that one 4 stars. And the other one that we read was A Dog Wearing Shoes, and this was by Sang-Mi Ko. I think that's how you say it. Really, really cute story. This one was his favorite. Rated it 5 stars. About a dog wearing shoes. And I think it's really important to share children's books, you know, as well as young adult or adult books. So I've really been enjoying taking the time to include his books in my wrap-ups. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. But yeah, we enjoy reading them together. So now moving on to these 2 challengers or readathons that I did, and I will tell you for which one they were for. So starting off with the Rose Society, this one was not included in the Why Have I Not Read These Books challenge. I'd already started reading this one when March came. So anyway, I rated it 4 stars. I didn't like it as much as I liked The Young Elites. This is by Marie Lu, but I did really enjoy the story a lot, so I'm really glad that I finally got to that one. The next one, now starting for Why Have I Not Read These Books challenge, was The Storybook of Legends by Shannon Hale. This is book 1 in the Ever After High series. I've had this book for over a year, and it was just sitting on my shelf, and I decided it's time to read it. I read it. It's middle grade. I liked it a lot. You got these kids who are the children of our fairy tale heroes or villains or what have you, and they've got to live out their life now as Storybook Legends to follow in their parents' footsteps. So I just really, really enjoyed it, and I will be continuing on with this series. The next book that I read was for the March Mystery Madness, and that one is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This was for reading Agatha Christie or Edgar Allan Poe, and I know that this was one of my mom's favorite books, so I decided to pick it up and read this one, kind of in memory of her, but also, I don't know, because I read Agatha Christie like 20 some years ago when my mom was reading it, and it wasn't this book. I think it was The Orient Express, Murder on the Orient Express, or one of those. I don't remember now. And I wanted to try this one out, and I found it at the bookstore and decided to pick it up, and I really enjoyed it. I rated it 3 stars because I feel like it's a little too subdued for me and my taste, because I like a lot of action and excitement in my mysteries, but it was still a really good story. The next one that I attempted to read for my March, or for Why Have I Not Read These Books, and that was Pathfinder by Orson Scott Card, and I just couldn't get into it. I read well over 50 pages, and it just lacked any kind of excitement for me. And I really wanted to like this a lot, and I couldn't finish it. DNF. The next one, also for Why Have I Not Read These Books, is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I've had this book forever, and so many people, Brittany told me I needed to read it, and now finally my daughter and her friend read it, and she goes, Mom, you really got to read it, and I loved it. Loved this story, rated it 5 stars. I look forward to continuing on. I know I don't have to talk about it because everybody knows about Shadow and Bone. Then the next one for the Why Have I Not Read These Books was TheDarkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, and I also loved this story. I had this one longer than I had this one, and I figured it was time to put it on this challenge and get it read, and I loved it. 5-star read for me. Look forward to continuing with the series. Okay, and then the next one that I read was for the March Mystery Madness, and it was for read a book on food, a cozy mystery on food or craft or hobby, and I chose Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. I rated it 2.5 stars because it's was really subdued. I read this and I just feel like cozy mysteries aren't gonna be my thing. And I'm glad I don't own a lot of cozy mysteries, but I don't think, I mean, the writing's okay. It just, again, subdued. Lacks the action and that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of thinking they're all going to maybe be like that. If you guys know of cozy mysteries that have a lot of action, let me know and I'll try it out. But so far, yeah, I'm just not feeling them. 2.5 stars. The recipes were cool. But yeah, anyway, this was for that challenge of food or hobby or craft. Yeah. Okay, the next one that I read or attempted to read, I thought that maybe I would try to get back to it, so I did try to get back to it, and I'm not getting into it. And that was The Magicians and Mrs. Quent. This is by Galen Beckett, and oh, it was just, oh my gosh. I read to I think I only got to page 45, maybe 50, I don't remember for sure. It was just so slow for me. It had no flair. Nothing really grasped me in the story. So I don't really even know what happens or what it's about. And there's supposed to be magic and all that. And that's what drew me to the book. And it just didn't happen for me. So, DNF. The next one that I read to spunk me back up was Kiss Cut by Karen Slaughter. This is book 2 in the Grant County series, and I loved this book. There is a kind of a touchy subject of children and stuff in this book maybe not for the faint of heart, but she's such a talented writer. I absolutely loved it. There's such realistic stories, and I cannot get enough of Karen Slaughter. Really, really, really enjoyed this book. Rated this 5 stars. And then the last book that I read in the month of March was Death in Paradise by Robert B. Parker. This is book 3 in the Jesse Stone series. They are getting better. They're getting better. This one, the first 2 books, again, were a little subdued, but I kind of like the story, and I really like Jesse Stone. He's a very flawed character, and he struggles. He was a homicide detective. He was an alcoholic. He got fired. He got divorced from his wife. His world just fell apart, and then he got called over to Paradise to become chief of police there, and he's making some changes in that town. And each book is a different thing is going on, a different case. This one did have a bit more spunk to it, a bit more pickup, and I really enjoyed that. So I will continue with book number 4. So yeah, really enjoying these. And that is my March wrap up. As always, you can look on my blog or on Goodreads for all of my written reviews of these books. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Thanks guys, as always, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.